Hi, my name is Fatima Madli, and today my presentation is about the prisoner's dilemma and its application. Well, what's the prisoner's dilemma? Examining the prisoner's dilemma, a well-known game theory example, is one of the finest methods to comprehend some fundamental game theory concepts. Based on an understanding of motivations and strategies, this game investigates how two players interact with one another. A game called The Prisoner's Dilemma involves two players who are both under suspicion of a crime. They are taken into custody and taken to a police station. Well, the authorities only have enough evidence to sentence each defendant to 5 years in prison if they cooperate and keep quiet in order to protect one another. Well, any agreement or heartfelt promise between the two players to cooperate only guarantees that both will in fact secretly defect. Mutual promise not to confess actually encourages confession, which leads to freedom, the best individual outcome for the self-interested. This is the prisoner's dilemma. Game theorists have determined that confessing is always the answer for both parties in this case. The reason for this is that each party must assume that the other will act with only self-interest in mind. Well, uh, as is understandable from the article, um, everyone acts for themselves and everyone acts for their self-interest and for their own benefit. Prisoner's dilemma in business and the economy. Well, the prisoner's dilemma basically provides a framework for understanding how to strike a balance between cooperation and competition and is a useful tool for strategic decision making. As a result, it finds application in diverse areas ranging from business, finance, economics, and political science to philosophy, psychology, biology, and sociology. Implications of prisoner's dilemma. The prisoner's dilemma elegantly shows when each individual pursues their own self-interest, the outcome is worse than if they had both cooperated. Applications to business. A classic example of the prisoner's dilemma in the real world is encountered when two competitors in the market are battling it out in the marketplace. Often many sectors of the economy have two main rivals. In the US, for instance, there is a fierce rivalry between Coca-Cola and PepsiCo in soft drinks and Home Depot versus Lowe's in building supplies. This competition has given rise to numerous case studies in business schools. Other fierce rivalries include Starbucks versus Tim Hortons in Canada and Apple versus Samsung in the global mobile phone sector. Applications to the economy. The US debt deadlock between the Democrats and Republicans that springs up from time to time is a classic example of a prisoner's dilemma. Well, let's say the utility or benefit of resolving the US debt issue will be electoral gains for the parties in the next election. Cooperation in this instance refers to the willingness of both parties to work to maintain the status quo with regard to the spiraling US budget deficit. And defecting implies backing away from this implicit agreement and taking the steps required to bring the deficit under control. If both parties cooperate and keep the economy running smoothly, some electoral gains are assured. But if Party A tries to resolve the debt issue in a proactive manner, in contrast, while Party B doesn't cooperate, this recalcitrance may cause B votes in the next election which may go to A. So they'll not benefit themselves. Like there'll be no self-interest. However, if both parties back away from cooperation and play hardball in an attempt to resolve the debt issue, the consequent economic turmoil may result in lower electoral gains for both parties. And these are my references. and thank you for your attention.